As of right now, we have major breaking developments unfolding in one of the most dangerous flashpoints on planet Earth, and this situation is spiraling fast. We're talking about the United States Navy moving in, surrounding Iranian warships in a high-stakes Gulf showdown that could ignite something far bigger if a single trigger gets pulled. Tensions are exploding, military assets are surging, and the world is watching what could become the opening chapter of a direct naval confrontation between Washington and Tehran. This isn't routine patrol activity. This is power projection. This is deterrence. And depending on what happens next, this could change everything in the region overnight. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from around the world. We've got a massive situation to break down today. One that has serious geopolitical consequences and very real military implications. Before we dive into it, as always, make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Costs you absolutely nothing, but it's a massive boost to the channel and helps keep these updates coming daily. Hit that notification bell, all notifications turned on, so you don't miss any breaking developments as they happen. And I want your thoughts throughout this video. What do you think about the US Navy surrounding Iranian warships? Is this justified deterrence, or are we inching closer to open conflict? Drop your opinions down below. And social media links are on the screen if you want to reach out directly. Now, let's get into it. To understand how we got here, you have to look at the broader escalation that's been building for months. The Gulf region has essentially become a pressure cooker. Iranian naval forces have been increasing patrols, harassing commercial shipping lanes, and shadowing Western vessels moving through strategic waterways. At the same time, the United States has been steadily reinforcing its presence, deploying additional destroyers, surveillance aircraft, carrier strike assets, and rapid response marine contingents into the theatre. Sanctions pressure on Iran has intensified. Oil smuggling crackdowns have increased. Proxy militia activity across the region has surged. And all of this has created a volatile environment where even a minor naval encounter could spiral into something catastrophic. Now fast forward to the latest development. According to multiple defense reports and regional monitoring groups, US naval forces detected a coordinated movement of several Iranian warships operating aggressively near key transit corridors in the Gulf. These weren't routine patrol formations. These ships were maneuvering in a way that raised immediate red flags, tightening formations, adjusting radar posture, and moving closer to heavily trafficked maritime routes. And that's when the US response kicked in. Watch this moment. Footage circulating from maritime surveillance feeds shows American destroyers moving in at speed, cutting across the water, flanking positions forming with precision. You can see the wake trail slicing through the Gulf as these warships close distance. Right here. You see one US vessel repositioning off the starboard side of an Iranian frigate. Another angles in from the rear. This wasn't random movement. This was containment positioning. Helicopters are already airborne overhead. Rotor wash kicking up mist across the sea surface. You can hear the thumping blades echoing across the water as naval helicopters begin overwatch patterns. Deck gunners are visible, weapons systems active but not firing. Radar arrays rotating, targeting optics locked in. Look at this angle. You can see Iranian ships attempting to maintain course, but they're boxed in. American warships are forming a perimeter. It's controlled, disciplined, calculated dominance without firing a shot. Radio communications are reportedly exchanged, warnings issued, navigation directives transmitted. This is classic naval interception protocol, but the scale here is what makes it unprecedented. We're not talking about one vessel shadowing another, we're talking about multiple US warships surrounding an Iranian formation simultaneously. A clear show of force designed to send a message. You will not escalate unchecked in these waters. Now let's talk about the hardware involved because it matters. The US ships seen in the footage appear to include guided missile destroyers equipped with advanced Aegis combat systems. These platforms are designed for multi-domain warfare, capable of missile interception, anti-ship combat, electronic warfare, and air defense simultaneously. We're talking vertical launch systems capable of firing cruise missiles, interceptor missiles, and anti-air munitions within seconds. Close-in weapon systems mounted for last-line defense. advanced radar tracking hundreds of targets at once. On the Iranian side, their naval fleet in this region typically includes fast attack craft, missile boats, and frigate-class warships, many armed with anti-ship cruise missiles, naval guns, and drone deployment capability. So while this isn't a symmetrical fleet matchup, Iran relies heavily on swarm tactics and asymmetric naval warfare. The danger lies in proximity. When heavily armed ships from rival nations operate within visual range, one misread maneuver, one radar lock misinterpreted, one accidental discharge, that's all it takes. And that's why this moment is so critical globally, because the Gulf isn't just regional water, it's one of the most strategically vital energy corridors on Earth. A massive percentage of global oil shipments move through these lanes. Any disruption, even temporary, sends shockwaves through energy markets, trade routes, and military alliances. Now layer in the alliance factor. US naval operations in the region aren't conducted in isolation. Coalition surveillance assets, NATO intelligence feeds, and allied naval observers all monitor these encounters in real time. If escalation occurs, it doesn't stay bilateral for long. Carrier strike groups already operating within deployment range could mobilize. Air power from regional bases could activate within hours. Missile defense networks would shift to high alert. This is why naval standoffs like this carry enormous weight. They're not just tactical, they're geopolitical signals. And let's be very clear about something. Moments like this highlight the sheer operational reach and dominance of the United States Navy. The ability to detect, track, intercept, and surround hostile naval formations anywhere on the globe is not theoretical. It's operational reality. Speed, coordination, air-sea integration, electronic warfare superiority. When US forces decide to box you in at sea, there are very few navies on Earth that can break that containment without catastrophic consequences. That's deterrence in action. That's presence projection. And whether critics like it or not, it prevents conflicts as much as it prepares for them. Because the alternative to naval dominance in strategic waterways isn't peace, it's chaos. Now here's where things get even more tense. Following the naval encirclement, additional US surveillance flights were detected entering the airspace perimeter. Long-range patrol aircraft conducting overwatch sweeps. Drone reconnaissance reportedly expanded. Satellite tracking intensified. This suggests the Pentagon isn't viewing this as an isolated encounter, but part of a broader escalation pattern. My prediction: we're entering a phase of sustained naval shadowing operations. I think we're going to see more US warships rotated into the Gulf, more Iranian patrol surges, more close-range encounters designed to test resolve without crossing the line into open combat. Diplomatic talks, likely strained. Sanctions pressure, likely increasing. Military posture, definitely hardening. Because neither side wants full-scale war, but neither side is willing to project weakness either, and that's the dangerous grey zone where miscalculations happen, where brinkmanship replaces diplomacy, where warships don't fire, but they also don't back down. So now the question shifts to you guys. What do you think happens next? Do Iranian naval forces pull back and de-escalate? Does the US increase its naval footprint even further? Was surrounding those warships the right call, or did it risk provoking a larger confrontation? How should Washington respond if Iranian patrols continue pushing boundaries in the Gulf? Drop your thoughts down below. I read the comments, and the debate on situations like this is always intense. And before you head out, make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Totally free. Huge support for the channel, and it keeps these military breakdowns coming daily. Hit the notification bell so you never miss breaking updates as tensions evolve. Social media links are on the screen if you want to connect directly or send tips. As always, appreciate you guys watching. Wild developments unfolding right now, and if the situation escalates further, you already know we'll be back immediately with full coverage. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next update.